NLWN TV now brings you the In the Dugout show. A look at today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. And now, join us in the dugout.
Good evening and welcome to today's edition of In the Dugout. Rick Olson here in the NLWN TV studios, and we're getting ready to bring you what could be a preview of the CRBL playoffs as the CRBL North first place Cavaliers take on the CRBL South first place Osseo Merchants. Now, coming up in this edition of In the Dugout, we'll take a look at today's matchup between the Cavs and the Merchants. Then we'll get Cavalier manager Ryan Page's perspective on today's game in the Ryan Page Show. Following that, we'll take a quick look around the Chippewa River Baseball League to get some perspective on how today's game fits in overall. Finally, we'll bring you all the play-by-play action of today's game from John Soini Field in Osseo. Plus, tonight, we have a bonus on NLWN TV. We will bring you the fireworks from John Soini Field following tonight's game. So it's time to get ready for some baseball action plus, and we'll do that right after this timeout. You're tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN TV.
If you love them enough to relearn math so you can teach them math, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Welcome back to In the Dugout, where we're getting ready to bring you all the action of today's game between the CRBL North leading Eau Claire Cavaliers and the CRBL South leading Osseo Merchants. The Cavaliers have extended their winning streak to 18 games by defeating the Eau Claire Rivermen on Sunday by scores of 5-3 and 5-0. That doubleheader sweep extended the Cavaliers' lead in the CRBL North to a full game over the Tilden Tigers. Prior to that doubleheader, during the pregame festivities, the Cavaliers took some time to recognize the folks at the Career Development Center, as well as the Lowe's Creek Raptors T-ball team, who were wrapping up their season. The Raptors were able to enjoy playing catch with the Cavs, as well as taking a few swings on the big field, as well as lining up with the Cavs for pictures. In that doubleheader sweep over the Rivermen, the Cavaliers were once again led by outstanding pitching and timely hitting. In Game 1, the Cavaliers needed to pull off a 7th-inning rally to come from behind to win. The Cavs entered the inning trailing 3-2. Tyler Herman was hit by a pitch while pinch hitting for Chase Yeager. Paul Petit came in to run for Herman and promptly stole second base. Gabe O'Brien then doubled, scoring Petit and tying the game. Tanner Halverson stepped to the plate and tripled, driving in O'Brien and giving the Cavs a lead they wouldn't give up. Cooper Kapanke added the final touch by singling and driving in Halverson to make the score Cavs 5, Rivermen 3. Ethan Kelberg picked up his second win of the season, pitching an inning and a third of perfect relief. Chase Burdell pitched the 7th to pick up the save. In the second game, Cavaliers starting pitcher Paul Petit showed his usual command as he went the distance, scattering 7 hits for a complete game shutout. He walked only 1 while striking out 8. This was a good time for Petit to be effective, as the Cavalier bats were fairly silent, mustering only 3 hits. The Cavs were able to take advantage of 4 Rivermen errors to help pick up the 5-run output. Now we'll be right back after this timeout to take a look at today's game, and you're tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN TV.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Welcome back to In the Dugout. Now, taking a look at today's Chippewa River Baseball League action, the Cavaliers currently sit in first place in the CRBL North with a record of 12 wins and no losses. Sitting on top of the CRBL South are the Osseo Merchants with a record of 12-1. So this is a matchup that we've been looking forward to for quite some time. The Merchants are led by their strong pitching. Leading the way is Luke Eide, who has a record of 7 wins and 1 loss with a 1.30 ERA, and Logan Betcher, who has an ERA of 0. However, it's our understanding that those two pitched in the Merchants doubleheader sweep over the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks and therefore won't be available to pitch tonight. That means the Cavaliers would likely face Dakota Klaus, who has a 2-0 record with a 3.09 ERA. The Merchants are led at the plate by the Freitags. Cal is hitting .455, and he's followed by Ryan, who's hitting at a .444 clip with a pair of home runs. Nolan Matson is also swinging a hot bat at a .452 pace with 7 RBI. Other RBI producers for the Merchants would include Aaron Hagbird, who has a dozen of them, and Luke Winkies, who has 11 while hitting for a .444 average. Now, coming into this weekend, the Cavaliers are still being led at the plate by Zach Stang, who's hitting at a .579 rate with 11 hits, 6 of which are doubles. Other Cavaliers hitting above .400 so far this season are Tanner Halverson and Anthony Pogodzinski. The Cavs have another 6 players hitting well over .300. Now, on the mound, the Cavaliers starting pitchers are led by Paul Petit with a 5-0 record and a 0.47 ERA. Carter Hesselman is also contributing solid performances with a 3-0 record and a 1.73 ERA. Chase Burdell joined Tanner Halverson, Paul Petit, Kendron Gulo, and Ethan Kjellberg as Cavalier pitchers who have picked up saves. Kjellberg is still the Cavs save leader with 2. Overall, the Cavalier pitching staff has a combined ERA of 2.50 while holding opposing hitters to a mere .204 batting average. Now, coming up next, following this timeout, we'll get the manager Ryan Page's perspective as we chat with him on The Ryan Page Show. You're tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN TV.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Time now for the Ryan Page Show, where Cavalier manager Ryan Page gives us his perspective on today's Cavalier action. And now, the Ryan Page Show.
We're talking with Cavalier manager Ryan Page. And Ryan, before we get into today's matchup, as usual, let's take a look back at Sunday, where the Cavaliers had to use some late inning heroics in Game 1 and solid pitching in Game 2 to sweep a doubleheader from the Eau Claire Rivermen. Your comments about the Cavalier performance in those games?
Well, first of all, Tyler Gray pitched a great game in that first game. Unfortunately for him, we were able to start timing him up in the seventh inning there. But up until that point, he was lights out for us. against us, and that's what we expected out of him. He's a competitor, and like I said, our guys just don't know the word die in them, and they came back from behind, and it's not the first time that we've done that this year.
And somehow it seems as though, regardless of what's happening pitching-wise against you, you find a way to put a crooked number up, and that seems to get things rolling and make things happen for you.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's a good thing about this game is hitting is definitely contagious. So, that seventh inning we start off with Herman getting hit by a pitch, and then that kind of gets the guys motivated a little bit. Next thing you know is a nice shot over the right fielder's head for a double, and then a triple, and a single. It's just hitting is definitely contagious in this game.
Now, in game 2, you guys could use a little bit of the contagion because the Cavaliers managed to score 5 runs while only collecting 3 hits. And the Cavaliers were able to take advantage of some critical errors by the Rivermen. However, that low hit count could signal some difficulties for the Cavaliers in hitting. Any thoughts that you have on that?
Well, yeah. Obviously getting 3 hits in a game, it's not what any coach wants to see. But it happens from time to time, and we've been fortunate enough that when that does happen, our pitching picks us up, and we were able to take advantage of some of those Rivermen mistakes that they made. And for some reason, some guys we just have a trouble facing, and it's been that way for years for the Cavaliers, and Sunday wasn't any different. So, but we're looking back forward to getting back at it here tonight.
And credit to the Cavaliers on days when that's not happening for you, when the hitting just isn't happening, you find other ways. You take advantage of situations as they appear, and you find other ways to make it happen.
Yeah, definitely, and that's just part of knowing the game. Having good ball players on your team, and that's what we have here. Is we've got a lot of guys that have been playing this game for a lot of years, and they know how to take advantage of mistakes when they can.
Now, today, it's a whole different story. This is a matchup that the Cavaliers and their fans have had circled on their calendars for quite a while. The Cavaliers are facing a team that's just as hot as they are, the Osseo Merchants. What challenges do the Merchants present?
Well, I was looking. They're a lot like us. They have pitching and they have hitting. I was looking at it today. They've had they're 12-1. They've had only 21 runs scored against them in those 13 games. We're 12-0, and we've only had 20 runs scored against us in those games. So we're coming out there expecting a pitcher's duel. We played them for a lot of years. We know what they have. That they're always going to have pitching, and they have some dang good hitters too that we got to watch out for.
Now, the Merchants are currently in first place in the CRBL South. They're also the defending CRBL champions for the past 4 seasons. And the Cavaliers' record against the Merchants going back to 2016 is something along the lines of 0-10. So what kind of motivation does that provide for the Cavs?
Oh, a lot. And a lot of these guys have been around since then. Some of the older guys like Tyler Herman, Cole Lecton, Cole Timon. These guys have never been able to beat the Osseo Merchants. So they're using that as a driving force. And Osseo is a great place to go play at. So it's going to be a beautiful night for a ball game.
And fireworks afterwards. We're going to have that here on NLWN TV. That ought to be a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's going to be great. There's going to be a lot of people there at the game. And like I said, if you can't reach out to the game, then watch it on here because it's going to be a good one.
Well, and maybe the Cavs can provide a few fireworks on the field before the fireworks afterwards happen. Good luck tonight, Ryan. Hopefully the Cavaliers can move that division-leading record up to 13-0.
All right, thank you very much.
You've been tuned to the Ryan Page Show with Cavalier manager Ryan Page's outlook on today's Cavalier action. Stay tuned. More in the dugout is coming right up.
Roll over. Chance high five. All right. When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover all the things that make them unique. And your mother and... I am totally a hot person. Right, guys? Thanks for being honest. They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love. Adopt pure love at theshelterpetproject.org.
Welcome back to In the Dugout as we're getting ready to bring you all the action of today's game between the Eau Claire Cavaliers and the Osseo Merchants. Taking a quick look around the Chippewa River Baseball League in action from last Sunday. As mentioned before, the Cavaliers swept a doubleheader from the Eau Claire Rivermen by scores of 5-3 and 5-0. The Bloomer Woodticks and the Whitehall Wolves split their doubleheader, with Bloomer winning the opener 3-1 and Whitehall picking up the nightcap 9-5. The Osseo Merchants swept a doubleheader from the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks, winning the first game 1-0 and completing the sweep with a 5-1 victory in Game 2. That leaves the CRBL North looking like this. The Cavaliers are still undefeated, sitting at the top. They're followed by the Tilden Tigers, who are just one game behind the Cavs. The Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks remain in third place, 4 games out. The Bloomer Woodticks follow at 7 games off the pace. Then come the Jim Falls Sturgeons at 12 games behind, and the Cadott Red Sox are 13 games out. In the CRBL South, the Osseo Merchants stretched their lead to 3.5 games ahead of the Eau Claire Bears, who were idle on Sunday. The Whitehall Wolves are in third place, 4.5 games out, while the Eau Claire Rivermen are currently in fourth place, 6.5 games out of first. The Beef River Bullfrogs are 12 games off the pace. Today's game is important for the Cavaliers to break one heck of a losing streak to the Merchants. Now, dating back to the 2016 season, the Cavaliers are 0-10 when facing the Merchants. In addition, the Cavaliers would like to deliver a message that they're trying to replace the Merchants at the top of the CRBL at the end of the season. On the other hand, the Merchants want to make it clear that they're not going to give up their command of the league without a struggle. So the stage is set for some real exciting Cavalier baseball, and we will have all the action for you right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN TV. Now, in just a moment, I'll be joining my colleague Dan Petchow at John Soini Field in Osseo, as we'll bring you all the action of today's game between the Cavs and the Merchants. Oh, and don't forget, we will also carry the fireworks following tonight's game. That's all coming up next. You've been tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN TV.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help, and slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
You've been watching the In the Dugout show with a look at today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. This has been a presentation of NLWN TV. Stay tuned. Coming up next is live Eau Claire Cavalier baseball.
Being prepared is a part of who you are, but it's especially important in the case of a disaster. Be informed about possible emergencies in your area. Make a plan that covers where you go in an emergency. Build a kit with the things you need to survive. There's no one more capable of planning for your situation than you. Start your plan today. Go to ready.gov/myplan.
You're tuned to the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN TV. We use advertising revenue to make this service available to you. If you have a business and would like to get your message out to our ever-increasing audience, give us a call at 715-563-1749. We will be happy to discuss our budget-friendly advertising packages with you. Get your business noticed on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN TV by calling 715-563-1749. Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball is on the air. NLWN TV proudly presents today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. Help us celebrate 50 years of Cavalier baseball as they battle their way through the Chippewa River Baseball League. And now, out to the ballpark for coverage of today's game.
With a boom.
Let's play ball.
That John Smith.
The ladies looking forward tonight at Merchant Park. Following the game, with dusk, we will have the best fireworks show around. This fireworks show is sponsored by Merchant Fireworks.
And let me turn that way down. And turn us up. Boy, we're right in front of those mic or that speaker once again, Dan. Like we have at the football games. And, but beautiful stadium. I'll tell you what, we're getting ready to start this thing. So give us our starting lineups pretty quick.
Yeah, here's the starting lineups for the Eau Claire Cavaliers. Batting first will be number 10, Zach Sting. He's at right field. Second will be number 47, center fieldman Gabe O'Brien. Third will be number 7, Cooper Kopenke. He's at third base. Number 4 will be number 15, Tanner Halverson. He's pitching. The fifth batter will be number 19, Cole Timon. He's at catcher. 6 will be number 11, Anthony Pogozinski at first base. 7 will be number 5, Jackson Vance. He'll be at shortstop. Number 8 hitter will be number 3, Xavier Burmeister. He'll be at left field. And the 9th batter will be number 6, Cole Leckman. He's at second base.
And on the mound for the Cavaliers is Tanner Halverson. Halverson's got a 1-0 record. He has struck out 7. He's walked 1 with a 0.00 ERA. So out in the field, we have the Osseo Merchants. Dan, what are they looking like?
Osseo Merchants, their first batter will be number 3, Ryan Freitag. He is at center field. Second batter will be number 15, Jesse Brockman.
Number 10, Zach Stang.
I'll tell you what, we'll finish those up after the next half inning because we have Zach Stang stepping up to the plate for the Cavaliers. Dakota Klaus on the mound with a 3.09 ERA. He has struck out 8, walked 2. He has a 2-0 record. First pitch was high and away for a ball. Second pitch is line foul off the left side. And Dan, we were just talking about this. We are not as protected as we usually are. I'm counting on your supple hands to be able to snag those foul balls that come back this way. There's another one, foul.
Yeah, I'll try not to dive under the table. Under the table.
There you go. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Zach Stang.
Zach's batting .579.
Yes, he's the lead hitter for the Cavaliers. And
Stang goes down on strikes. Bringing up the center fielder, my neighbor at the lake, Gabe O'Brien.
And the first pitch is a ball.
Gabe O'Brien sitting 250.
And the pitch is a ground ball over to third base, picked up by Johnson. Throw over to Zawicki at first for the put out.
O'Brien grounds out to third for out number 2.
That brings up Cooper Kapanke.
Bringing up the third baseman, number 7, Cooper Kapanke.
The third baseman for the Cavaliers. 2 down. Top of the first. We're just underway from Osseo. Dakota Klaus winds and fires. Foul back out of play. Dan, that was headed for our cars, I do believe.
Yeah, I was looking like I was headed for a nice blue Chevy over there.
Hey, you're so funny. Pitch is just a little bit low. Evens the count up at 1-1.
Cooper's batting .383 right now.
Here's the pitch. Check swing ball. Oh, no. They peeled it down to first. And he says, yeah, he swung. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. And Kapanke goes down on strikes. So for the Cavaliers, no runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base.
In order.
We have Cavaliers nothing and the Merchants coming to bat. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN TV.
If you've been admiring the freshly groomed look of a baseball field, or the stunning appearance of a golf course, remember you too can have a lawn with the same beauty by simply calling Midwest Environmental Consultants. Their professional lawn care experts can bring your lawn to its full beauty and appearance. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 715-586-1302. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants help make your lawn the showplace of the neighborhood.
Presentation for our lawn.
And we're back here at John Soini Field in Osseo, heading into the bottom of the first. On the mound for the Cavaliers is Tanner Halverson. It's his first start of the season. He's made a couple of appearances in relief. His last time out was against the Sparta Miller. He threw 4 innings of relief in that 12-inning marathon and ended up picking up the win. So he has looked effective. He had a real good record from a couple years ago, and he's been working through a little bit of tendonitis issues, according to Cavalier manager Ryan Page. But he's rehabbed it and seems to be ready to go. Leading off for the Merchants is the center fielder, Ryan Freitag. For the Cavs, we have Cole Timon behind the plate. Cooper Kapanke over at third. At shortstop is Jackson Vance. Second base, Cole Lekvin. First base is Pogo, Anthony Pogozinski. Left field is Xavier Bamninster. Before the season's over, I swear I'm going to learn how to say that name. Gabe O'Brien is in center field and Zach Stang is in right. Freitag steps in. Halverson winds and the pitch. Called strike over that outside corner. Halverson looks in for the sign. He winds in the 0-1 pitch. And that's another called strike. Pulled the string on that one a little off speed. No balls, 2 strikes to Ryan Freitag. And that pitch is outside. Freitag hitting .444 on the season. Halverson's windup. The 1-2 pitch. Pop foul. Kapanke giving chase. And can't make the play. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Freitag is 12 for 27. And he swings and fouls it straight back into the screen. And it's still 1-2. He scored 9 runs. Check that. He scored 11 runs. He has 9 RBI. Pitches outside, evens the count up at 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch is just a little bit high. Count goes full. Three balls, 2 strikes to Ryan Freitag, the leadoff hitter in the bottom of the first inning for the Osseo Merchants. And the payoff pitch just outside, and he gives up the walk.
Freitag draws a base on balls, bring up the shortstop.
That's going to bring up
15,
Jesse Brockman.
Jesse Brockman.
The shortstop for the Merchants. Brockman hitting .313. And the first pitch is fouled off on the right side. Brockman is boy, I don't know if that's a, I think that's a 6. 6 for 32. He loops this one out into right field. It's going to fall in front of Stang. Gets it back into the infield quickly, but a single by Brockman puts runners at first and second.
Designated hitter number 28, Nolan Matson.
That brings up the designated hitter, Nolan Matson. Matson's batting .452 on the season. First pitch is a called strike to Matson. Big crowd here tonight in Osseo. Here's the pitch. Check swing ball. It's up high. Halverson into the stretch. And the pitch. Check swing again. Called strike. Right at the letters. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Nolan Matson. Here's the 1-2 pitch, fouled back into the screen. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Halverson looks in for the sign. And the pitch. Hit out into right field. Stang in foul territory makes the catch. Gets the ball into the infield. And they did get Freitag to tag in advance.
Matson sacrifices to right, moving Freitag to third and bringing up left fielder number 4, Tanner Marsh.
So that brings up Tanner Marsh. Marsh is hitting .250 this year. Swing and a miss for strike one. Runners on the corners with one out. Pitch is in the dirt. Timon finds it, but he's not going to be able to make a play on Matson, or check that's on Brockman, taking second. So Brockman now on second, Freitag on third, one out. 1 ball, 1 strike to Tanner Marsh. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss, strike two. Halverson working from the windup now, and the pitch is outside. Count evens up at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2 pitch, outside, ball 3. Tanner Halverson now in the windup and the payoff pitch. In the dirt, ball 4, and he's loaded the bases. It's going to bring up Jackson Koska.
On balls, bringing up the right fielder, number 8,
Koska batting .421. One out, bases loaded, bottom of the first inning. Merchant's at bat. Here's the pitch. Lofts a short one. Infield fly rule was called, and Lekvin makes the catch. That makes it 2 outs.
Second, bringing up second baseman number 11, Jimmy Zawacki.
Jimmy Zawacki is coming up. The 6th hitter this inning. He's batting .200. Bases loaded, 2 down. Halverson's pitch. Called strike over the inside corner. The 0-1 pitch, chop foul. No balls, 2 strikes. Halverson into the wind, and the delivery fouled back into the screen. Tried to throw the high heat by him. Almost did. He got a piece of it, though. Tanner Halverson on the mound in the windup. And the 0-2 pitch in the dirt. One ball, 2 strikes. Halverson winds. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Nope. Yes, it is strike 3, and he called him out. So,
in the bottom of the first, Merchants come up with
the Merchants threaten, but they don't get anything. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 3 men left on base. So we've got 1 in the books, and we have no score from Osseo. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN TV.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right, as a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
And we're back here in Osseo at John Soini Field. Rick Olson along with Dan Petchow and Monroe on the switcher. And holy cow, we've got Cassie back on the camera.
Back in the lineup.
We're always glad to see Cassie over there on the camera. So, due up for the Cavaliers this half inning, we have pitcher Tanner Halverson coming up, then Cole Timon and Anthony Pogodzinski.
Pitcher number 15, Tanner Halverson.
Tanner's hitting .419 this season.
And he's also got 3 home runs on the season. First pitch is called strike. Here's the wind. The 0-1 pitch is high. Count is even at 1-1. Here's the wind and the 1-1 pitch. Halverson loops it out into shallow center field. Second baseman is back and makes the catch. That's Zawacki.
Halverson flies out.
Jimmy Zawacki on the catch.
The catcher, number 19, Cole Timon.
And brings up Cole Timon.
Timon's hitting .265.
And the first pitch to Timon. He grounds it over to shortstop, picked up by Brockman. Throw over to first base to Zawacki, and it goes in the book as 6-3 on the putout.
Timon grounds out the short.
And they've got
baseman, number 11,
they've got the left side of the
Anthony
infield and the
Pogodzinski.
Zawacki side of the infield. Jimmy at second and Joe at first. And up to bat is Anthony Pogodzinski, or Pogo. First pitch to Pogo. Outside, ball 1. Here's the wind and the pitch. Called strike.
Pogo's hitting .415 this season.
You know, Dan, we don't have our usual angle on the plate, so it's really hard for us to tell whether it's a ball or strike. Swing on, foul back off the post in the backstop. One ball, 2 strikes. A beautiful day here in Osseo. Little on the warm side, but you know what? This is summer in Wisconsin. It's supposed to be.
Sun setting behind us.
Klaus into the wind and the pitch. Fly ball out into center field. Drifting back is Freitag, and he makes the catch for the putout.
In the top of the second,
So,
Cavs go in order.
Cavaliers go 3 up, 3 down in the top of the second. We've got 1.5 done, and still no score from Osseo. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN TV.
You're tuned to the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN TV. We use advertising revenue to make this service available to you. If you have a business and would like to get your message out to our ever-increasing audience, give us a call at 715-563-1749. We'll be happy to discuss our budget-friendly advertising packages with you. Get your business noticed on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN TV by calling 715-563-1749.
And we're back here at John Soini Field in Osseo. Rick Olson, Dan Petchow. Heading into the bottom of the second inning. Todd Winkies, Jackson Johnson, and Joe Zawacki are coming up for the Osseo Merchants. And the throw goes down to second, and we're ready to get this bottom of the second underway. Stepping up to bat, Todd Winkies, who's batting
for the Merchants.
444.
Bottom of the second, the catcher, number 9, Todd Winkies.
I guess it's pronounced Winkus. Winkies sounds too much like a character from The Wizard of Oz. And the first pitch is a called strike. Halverson looks in for the sign. The wind and the pitch. Just a bit high. 1 ball, 1 strike. I even waited on that one. I thought it might be a delayed strike call. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Foul back into the screen.
Rudolph Timon.
Those catchers take a beating down there. They're as much a backstop as the backstop is. That is the slang for the catcher position. The 1-2 pitch. Chop foul behind the plate. Halverson winds and fires, fouled straight back off the roof of the fan deck. They have a very nice fan deck down the first base line. And right now it's primarily filled with Cavalier fans. The rest of the stadium is pretty much filled with Merchants fans. They have a really nice crowd here tonight. Swing and a miss. Ball gets by Timon, but he fires it down to first to complete the strikeout. Winkus goes down on strikes. That brings up Jackson Johnson, and Johnson is batting 162. He's got 6 hits and 37 trips. Here's the first pitch. Just a little bit inside. Here's the wind and the pitch. Called strike at the letters on the outside corner. John Soini Field, 325 down both foul lines, 385 to straightaway center. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Halverson looks in for the sign. Here's the wind and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. That's going to bring up the first baseman, Joe Zawacki.
Joe Zawacki.
It's the number 9 hitter. Here's the windup and the pitch is outside for ball 1. Zawacki, left-handed hitter. He's 7 for 28 for that 250 batting average. He's got a couple of doubles. Swing and a miss. He knew he shouldn't be swinging when he saw that. He got him on the breaking ball that time, and it was quite a bit outside, and Zawacki halfway through his swing realized it and kind of wagged at it anyway. Pop foul. Kapanke under it. Makes the catch for the 3rd out of the inning. Nothing across for the Osseo Merchants in the bottom of the second. We've played 2, and we still have no score. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN TV.
Hey Raccoon, where you off to in such a hurry?
I'm getting out of here. I heard that the family who owns this place just hired Western Wisconsin Animal Damage Control.
No. Not Western Wisconsin Animal Damage Control. Why, the last place they were at, all the animals like us disappeared and were never heard from again.
Right. That's why I'm leaving.
Honey, gather the kids. We've got to go.
Got animal pests? Let Western Wisconsin Animal Damage Control handle your problem. Call them at 715-832-1640. That's Western Wisconsin Animal Damage Control.
Well, we're back here at John Soining Field. Dan, we got a good one.
Yeah. Start out at a pitcher stool here.
Yeah, Tanner Helverson.
Tanner Helverson, yeah. He started out a little tight, I think, but he's finally settled in and finding the play.
It was a gem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure he'd much rather strike out 2 than what he did in the first inning where he walked 2.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see if the Cavalier bats can get going here.
All right, we have the bottom of third of the lineup for the Cavaliers. Jackson Vance, the shortstop.
Number 5, Jackson Vance.
Jackson's in 281 this season.
Here's the wind. Check swing. In the dirt and appealed on to first base. That umpire says he swung. So it's a strike. No balls, 1 strike to Jackson Vance. That pitch is a little bit high. Counts even at 1-1. Here's the wind and the 1-1 pitch. That one's high. Dakota Klaus kind of knew it too. He didn't like the way that ball came out of his hand. Klaus into the windup. And the pitch. Outside, ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Inside, ball 4. Jackson Vance is the first base runner for the Cavaliers. That brings up Xavier Bemninster. I said it right that time.
Yeah, I think at the beginning I said Burmeister. Sorry.
Xavier Bemninster. And the pitch is a little low for ball 1. Keep an eye on Jackson Vance over there on first base.
Yeah, we'll see if Coach Ryan gets aggressive right away.
Vance has a nice lead. Klaus into the stretch, throw over to first. Vance back easily. Takes another lead. Klaus at the belt. Comes to the plate. Bemninster lays down a bunt, but it goes foul. Ryan Page likes playing small ball. And this is a perfect small ball opportunity for him. Let's see if he keeps the bunt on. He's going through a whole segment of signs down there in the third base coach's box. Klaus at the belt. And the pitch is low for a ball. 2 balls and a strike. Bemninster did not show any signs of bunting that time. Klaus at the belt. The 2-1 pitch. Called strike over the inside corner. Counts even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now he'll be swinging away. Faust tosses over to first. Vance back in. Faust toes the rubber. Vance takes his lead. He's at the belt. The 2-2 pitch. Ground ball over to short. And the throw to first on a fielder's choice at first base. We'll put it down as a 6-3, but it moved Jackson Vance over to second, who was off on the pitch.
Grounds up the short, bringing up the second baseman, number 6.
So the Cavs have a runner at second with 1 out, and that brings up Cole Lekvin, the second baseman.
Lekvin's hitting 320 funny high. 325.
And Winkus is heading out to have a little talk with Klaus. They might be adjusting their signs a little with a runner on second. Lekvin steps in. Here's the pitch. It's in the dirt. Ball 1. You know, contrary to the common belief that the number 9 hitter is the lowest person in the lineup with their batting average, Ryan Page uses the other strategy where you put a hitter with a pretty good batting average in that number 9 spot to set the plate for your number 1 hitter. Here's a ground ball over to second. Picked up by Zawacki, throw over to Zawacki for the putout, but it moved Jackson Vance over to third base.
Lekvin grounds out the second, bringing up.
So we get back to the top of the order for the Cavaliers. That's going to bring up Zach Stang.
Stang struck out last time at bat.
Here's the pitch. Pop foul on the left side.
Right out in the cornfield.
Well, if you build it, they will come, right?
That's right.
Those ghosts need something to play with out there in the cornfield. There's the pitch. It gets away from the catcher, and in to score the first run of the game is Jackson Vance. On a wild pitch. So the Cavaliers take the first lead of the game. And the count is 1 ball, 1 strike to Zach Stang. Close in the windup and the pitch. Ground ball to short. And he boots it. It goes right through the 5-hole. Use a little hockey term there. Right between the feet. Dan knows what that means, right, Dan? That 5-hole?
Yeah, I try not to remember that one when I'm in the net.
Fielder number 47, Gabe O'Brien.
So that goes in the book as an E6. So Zhang at first. O'Brien is now up. He grounded to third his first time up. Zhang on the run, fly ball into center field, left field, and it's caught by Marsh out there. So for the Cavaliers, they do get 1 run
in the top
on
of the third.
No hits,
Cavaliers come up with run
1 error,
no hits,
and 1 man left on base. We've played 2.5 innings, and the Cavaliers are on top, 1-0. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network on NLWN TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
Let NLWN TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network take you out to the ball game. Our next game will be on July 7th when the Cavaliers take on the Osseo Merchants from Carson Park. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN TV begins with the In the Dugout show at 6:40 p.m. That's live Cavalier baseball on Wednesday, July 7th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN TV.
And we're back here at John Storney Field, heading into the bottom of the third inning. We've got 9 innings of baseball for you tonight, because it's just a single game. You know, normally when there's those double headers, they're 2 7-inning games, but this is just a single game tonight. And as that last ad just reminded you, the rematch of this one is 1 week from tonight over in Carson Park, and of course we're going to be there for that one too.
Yeah, that should be a good one. These teams match up pretty good.
Yes, they do. So, we're back to the top of the order for the Merchants, and this is Ryan Freitag, who walked his first time up. Swing and a miss at that high heat. These guys like going after that high heat. Tanner Halverson on the mound. He's in the wind and the pitch. Check swing, called a ball. Here's the wind, the 1-1 pitch. And he called it a ball. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swung on and missed at a pitch that was, I think he's got that curveball fooling him. Counts even at 2-2. You know, I will say, Dan, we were talking a couple weeks ago about the guys that wear the socks showing and the ones that don't. Most of the Merchants have their socks showing. And I think it gives you the benefit of the call sometimes. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Ryan Freitag down on strikes. That's going to bring up Jesse Brockman.
Number 15, Jesse
He has
Brockman.
the lone Merchants hit so far this evening. He singled to right field. Pitch is a little low for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the third inning. Here's the wind and the pitch. That's a called strike over the outside corner. Here's the wind, 1-1 pitch. Lined into center field. Played there by O'Brien. Gets it back into the infield quickly.
Brockman singles to center, bringing up the designated hitter number 28, Nolan Matson.
But that's makes Jesse Brockman 2 for 2 on the night, and brings up Nolan Matson. He flew out to right his last time up. All right, Brockman on first, takes his lead. Halverson delivers, swing and a miss for a strike. Threw the fastball right past him. Halverson in the stretch. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2.
Ooh, I almost got him at first. Close one.
Cole Timon's pretty good at that snap throw.
Catcher to catcher.
Yes. The 0-2 pitch. Check swing high, ball. One ball, 2 strikes. This pitch is low and inside. Ball 2. Counts all even. Nolan Matson at the plate. And time is called. Now it's back in. Bachman takes his lead. Here's the pitch.
Should be double play ball.
Throw to second for one. Throw to first. Not going to be in time. So Matson grounds into a fielder's choice. Short to second.
Matson,
they just can't complete the double play, but there's two outs.
Left fielder number 4,
with Matson on first. Tanner Marsh comes to the plate. He walked his first time up. Batting .250. Halverson at the belt and the pitch. Called strike. Halverson's pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Halverson's pitch, grounded foul down the third base line. Count remains, no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on first. Here's the pitch, and a called third strike. So for the Merchants, in the bottom half of the third inning, it was no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left on base. We played 3, and it's Cavaliers 1, Merchants nothing. And you're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN TV.
It happens to everyone eventually. Your computer goes on the fritz. Fear not, Slayton's Technology Services can help. When your computer decides to not cooperate, it can be very frustrating. Let Slayton's Technology Services keep you from wanting to drive your computer right off a cliff. Slayton's Technology Services supports business of all sizes. They offer assistance with managed anti-malware, encrypted email, fast tech support, data backup, and recovery, and more. Call Slayton's Technology Services at 715-864-2833 and get the IT help you desire. Slayton's Technology Services is the official IT service for the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
And we want to thank those fine folks at Slayton's Technology Services for doing the work they did for us this last week. Getting the computer that we're using tonight up and running. We were using our backup computer for the last couple of games, and we ran into a few technical snags as a result. And I'll tell you what, this was like driving a Cadillac compared to a Yugo. So thank you, Slayton's Technology Services, for that help.
Now batting for the Cavaliers, the third baseman, number 7, Cooper Kapenki.
Cooper struck out last time I bat.
And it's fouled over on the right side. Leaping for it, but can't make the catch is Joe Zawacki. We made a good effort at it. Nothing more than a strike, though. Klaus's pitch. A little bit low. You know, I wonder sometimes if Kapanke wouldn't do well with having the sock showing. His knees are up around my throat. There's a fly ball into center field, mid-range, drifting over his fry tag, and he makes the catch.
Kapanke flies out to center.
That's going to bring up Tanner Halverson.
Number 15, Tanner Halverson.
Here's the pitch to Halverson. A little low for ball one. Here's the wind and the pitch. Called strike. The 1-1 pitch. Grounded over to short. Tough throw over to first. Halverson beats it out for the infield hit. Brockman had to throw it back across his body as he had to range far to his right to get it. And he jumped into the air, pirouetted, and fired the ball, but it was not in time. That brings up Cole Timon. Timon grounded to short his first time up. And Halverson takes a lead. There's the pitch for a called strike. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. And the 0-1 pitch is a called strike. Cole Timon steps in. And the 0-2 pitch is high for a ball. Kids playing in the cornfield behind us. Sounds like a Stephen King movie, doesn't it? 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch is a little low. Yes, kids playing in the corn, dogs barking to the left of us. A nice crowd here tonight. The sun is still shining. We're going to get fireworks tonight. This is an all-American night at the ballpark. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Timon. Halverson takes his lead. Klaus at the belt. The 2-2 pitch, high for ball 3. So the count is full. Klaus still has not allowed a hit, although the Cavaliers do have the lead. Here's the pitch. There's a base hit. Cole Timon laces one into left field. Moves Halverson over to second. Timon on first. And I take that back. That last comment I made was incorrect. He did give up a hit to Halverson. That was an infield hit.
Yeah, good job at Timon to be patient, wait for that pitch.
And now the Cavaliers have 2 consecutive hits. Runners at first and second. Brings Pogo to the plate with 1 out. Pogo hits a foul on the left side. Looked like he was aiming for that pickup truck that went driving by. House looks in for the sign. Halverson takes his lead at second. Pitches in the dirt. And, Winkus keeps it in front of him so nobody can advance. 1 ball, 1 strike. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Anthony Pogodzinski. His batting average has been on a climb for about the last 5 games. He'd like to continue that trend right about here. Faust at the belt. And the pitch. Ground ball past second into right field. That's going to bring Halverson. No, they're going to hold him up at third. It was shallow right field that it got to. Past a diving Zawacki. Koska picked it up, and they didn't want to test his arm. So the bases are loaded.
Bogozinski singles to right, bringing up the short.
That brings up
for
Jackson
five.
Vance.
Jackson Vance.
Vance walked and has scored the only Cavalier run of the night. He'd like to get a little company in the run-scoring group tonight.
Have we seen the squeeze bunt yet? I don't think we have this
Not
year.
all year, no. There's the wind and the pitch. It's in the dirt, gets away from Winkus, but he keeps it right in front of him. So the runners remain. Infield playing actually pretty much normal depth with the exception of the first baseman, Joe Zawicki, who's in on the grass. That pitch is in the dirt for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. Dan, this is what we call a hitter's pitch.
Yeah. Just got to be patient with us.
Vance has a double and he has a triple. And now it's 3-0. Well, since a walk is a run here, this is a take automatic here.
All the way.
Relax, folks. He's not swinging the bat. Here's the pitch. And it's low for ball 4, and that's going to give him an RBI. Because in to score comes Tanner Halverson. And we've got a bit of a conversation going on at the mound, out on the mound.
And bring a meeting to the mound.
Bases are still loaded. We have Timon on third, Bogodzinski on second, Vance on first, and everybody for the Merchants is on the mound. Let's see if they make a decision about.
The circus is coming. Friday, July 23rd.
I would guess they'd keep him in yet.
They're going to keep him in. Might have been more about what strategy they're going to use in this situation with 1 out. Bases loaded.
July 23rd, the circus under the big top.
Now batting for the Cavaliers, left fielder
Bemninster is coming up.
Bemninster.
Rounded to short his first time up. Here's the wind and the pitch. Low for ball 1. House has had a hard time finding the plate this inning. He's been missing low, and rule of thumb is if you're going to miss, that's where you want to miss. That one caught the corner.
Yeah, he started out high in the first couple innings, and as the game's gone along, his pitch has gotten lower and lower.
Here's a pitch, swing and a miss for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bases loaded. House working from the windup. And the pitch is low for ball 2. Count is all even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the wind and the pitch. Ground ball foul down the third baseline. Xavier Bemminster. Chops it over to third, throw over to second for one, and we've got the out at second.
Timon came in to score.
Yes, Timon came in to score.
Bemminster hits into a fielder's choice, driving in Timon and bringing up
Vance was put out at second.
second baseman number 6, Cole Lackman.
Pogo is on third. Bemminster is at first on a fielder's choice. And that brings up Cole Lackman. Time called. Here's the pitch. I think it just missed that outside corner. The ball one. Like I said, our angle isn't quite the same from here. We're not complaining. That one's a strike called at the letters. Actually, we have a pretty good view of high and low. It's just inside, outside that we don't have a good view of. But we have a nice view of the ball game in general from here. Folks, if you've never been to a ball game here in Osseo at John Soini Field, you owe it yourself to come here for a small town ballpark. It's about as good as they get. And they have pretty darn good hot dogs too. 2 balls, 1 strike to Lackman. Here's the pitch. Fly ball down the right field line, hooking foul, and it's out of play. Two balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs. 2 on. 2 in. Got a lot of 2s going on here. There's a 2 too many in there somewhere. Dan's about ready to smack me if I don't stop this. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to short. Picked up by Brockman. Tossed over to Zwiecki at second in time for the putout. And that's a 3rd out of the inning. So for the Cavaliers, they pick up 2 runs on 3 hits. There were no errors and 2 men left on base. We've played 3.5, and the score, Cavaliers 3, and the Osseo Merchants nothing. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball in the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN TV.
Tune into NLWN TV on Monday, July 12th as we bring you another exciting equestrian event. A WSCA sanctioned game show hosted by Plainview Elgin Riders at Westwind Acres in Rochester, Minnesota. This event was recorded on July 10th. NWLN TV is your home for equestrian events in Wisconsin and Minnesota.
And we're back here at John Soini Field in Osseo as we're heading into the bottom half of the 4th inning. They just announced on the public address system reminding the fans to stick around as soon as the game is done. They're going to have a fireworks display. And we're going to carry that for you right here on NLWN TV.
Yeah, so stick around with us.
Looking forward to getting all those fireworks bursts for you. Alverson so far has pitched 3 innings of shutout ball, given up 2 hits, has struck out 4, 5. He's got 5 strikeouts on the evening, and he's walked 2. And stepping up for the Osseo
Leading off
Merchants
the bottom
is
of the
the
fourth
right fielder,
the right
Jackson
fielder, number
Koska.
8, Jackson Koska.
Koska popped out to second his first time up. That's a fly ball out into center field, and O'Brien's not going to get there. Koska turns on the Jets and slides into second with a double.
Koska doubles to center.
That brings up Jimmy Zawacki.
Bringing up second baseman, number 11.
Breakout victim his
Jimmy
first time up.
Zawacki.
Check swing. They say he went. No balls, 1 strike. Alverson at the belt. 0-1 pitch. Chop foul on the third base side. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Fly ball into center field. O'Brien moves in, makes the catch for out number 1.
Zwacky flies out center for out number 1.
Koska bluffs
number 9,
go to
Todd
third,
Winkus.
but he does not. Brings up Todd Winkus, the catcher. He also struck out his first time up. Pitch is inside. Ball 1. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Koska on second. Here's the pitch. It's low and inside for ball 2. Winkus came into this game batting over 400. 2 balls, 1 strike. Ball's grounded to short. Picked up there, throw over to first. They got him. Koska moves over to third.
Winkus grounds out short for out number 2.
That's
Now
going to bring
batting
up
for the
Jackson
Rangers.
Johnson.
Third baseman, number 10, Jackson Johnson.
You know, centuries ago when I used to teach up north, I had a Koska as a student, as a 4th grader. And I'll tell you what, this Jackson Koska sure looks like him. I wonder if his dad might possibly be Ryan.
Yeah, the Koskas from the Osseo Foster area also.
Here's the pitch. That's a called strike on the inside corner. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. Halverson gets out of the
Johnson
jam.
strikes out to end the inning.
And the
And
Merchants
bottom
get
of the 4th.
nothing.
Merchants come
No
up
runs,
with
1 hit, no
runs on
errors,
1 hit,
1 man left
one
on
man
base.
stranded.
We've got 4
Be
in
on
the
the
books.
lookout
It's
for
the
those handsome
Cavaliers
lads
3
selling
and the
50
Osseo
tickets.
Merchants nothing.
Should be a nice
You're
spot
tuned to
tonight.
Cavalier Baseball on
Also,
the Northern Light
don't
Webcasting
forget
Network
the
and NLWN
special presentation
TV.
we have.
If your estate is not looking quite estate-like, let Midwest Environmental Consultants Landscape Design and Construction Team bring your estate up to snuff. Their professional experts can design and install retaining walls, brick patios, foundation planting beds, and so much more. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 715-586-1302. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants help make your estate the showplace of the neighborhood.
Oh, we're back here at John Soini Field here in Osseo. I guess the only one I turned on was Dan. I guess I wanted him to talk and not me. It probably to the betterment of you, the listeners.
I was going to say, it seemed like you were off out in the cornfield there for a second.
Well, it takes 2 separate buttons, and for some reason, both of them didn't get pushed at the same time.
The 5th for the Cavaliers.
So the Cavaliers coming up
10, Zach Stang.
with the top of the order. Zach Stang coming up. Struck out, got on an error. Here's the wind and the pitch. Foul back. Hey, Dan, you start getting ready. That one was a whole lot closer to us.
We'll get one yet.
At least here I don't have to hold you by the belt to get one off the roof. There's a line shot out into right field, but right at Costa.
Staying lines to right, route number 1. Bring up the center fielder.
That brings up Gabe O'Brien. O'Brien is 0 for 2 on the night. Grounded to third and flew out to left. And we want to give a shout out to Cameron out in Lakewood, Washington. Watching the Cavaliers, a good Cavalier fan out there. And it's called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to Gabe O'Brien. 1 out. Fausti's pitch. High fly ball to center field. Coming in under it is Freitag. He makes the catch.
O'Brien flies out
for the second out of the inning.
Bring it up. The second baseman, number 7.
That's going to bring up Cooper Kapanke, and Cooper struck out and flew to center.
Is that our furthest person I watched?
Probably pretty close.
I don't think we've had anybody overseas yet.
We had some listening and possibly watching Colfax High School basketball.
That's right.
Here's a ground ball up the middle. And Cooper Kapanke checks in at first base.
Kapanke singles up the middle. Now batting for the Cavaliers.
That's going to bring up Tanner Halverson. He got on an infield hit last time up and eventually scored the second Cavalier run. He also popped out to second. So he's 1 for 2. Pankey takes his lead. And the pitch is low. He's at the belt. Faust delivers. Long fly ball.
That might be gone.
Out into left field. Way back. Back. It's off, or it's out of the ballpark. Out of the ballpark for Tanner Halverson. A 2-run homer, his 4th of the season.
A 2-run home run.
That's his 4th home run of the season, and he got all of that. He put it in the gap right between the scoreboard and the top of the fence. There's a little bit of opening there, and that ball kind of slipped right out through that.
Bringing up the catcher, number 19.
Making the score.
Cole
Cavaliers
Timon.
5 and the Merchants nothing. That's going to bring up Cole Timon, who singled to left his last time up and scored. Fouled back into the screen. Yeah, we were watching. Marsh was giving chase, but he just ran out of real estate. But the ball didn't for Halverson. Here's the pitch. Timon is high for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, I think that overseas listeners may have been the same person, in fact, but listening from over in Germany, and the pitch is inside. And as he was listening over in Germany, I think it was just listening, and it was when we were just doing audio of Colfax basketball. And that's a called strike.
Back in the olden days.
Yes, it was. Here's the wind and the pitch. It's a little bit high. Count goes full. You know, Dan, I tell you, baseball is a sport that I've always thought worked better on the radio than it does on TV.
Right.
And the pitch is a called third strike. So Timon goes down looking, but the Cavaliers pick up
come up with
2 runs on 2 hits. One of those was Halverson's 2-run home run. No errors and nobody left on base. We've completed 4.5, and it's the Cavaliers 5 and the Merchants nothing. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
150 over 90.
180 over 111.
160 over 110. I had a stroke.
Your blood pressure numbers could change your life. Lowering them could save you from having a stroke. If you've stopped your treatment plan, restart it or talk to your doctor about creating one that works better for you. Start taking the right steps at manageyourbp.org.
Now I'm, trying to get better, stronger than ever.
And we're heading into the bottom of the 5th inning. Rick Olson along with Dan Petchow, Ann Monroe, and Cassie Nelson. And we have a beautiful evening for baseball. The sun is getting a little lower in the sky, so the shadows are kind of catching up to our computer monitors so we can actually see what we're doing now. We were talking, though, just before the end of that inning about how baseball works a little better on radio than it does on television. I'm not complaining. I like doing what we're doing here on NLWN-TV. I really do enjoy that. But there's something about the way I grew up. It was always listening to the ball game while you were doing something else. And folks, if you like that nostalgia, go to our website, www.northernlightwebcastingnetwork.com, and you can listen to these games.
First baseman, number 12.
Just like it were on the radio.
Yeah, even for me. Maybe you didn't know that about me. We didn't get our first TV till I was 17, so 1994.
Wow. Joe Zawacki is at the plate.
So I remember being outside listening to the Brewers.
Zawacki popped foul to Kapanke his first time up. Fouled that last one and back into the screen, so the count is no balls and 2 strikes. That one he kind of bounced off the plate. So Zawacki steps back in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Halverson in the windup. And the pitch. Fly ball out into right field. Stang heading back. He's under it. Makes the catch for the first out of the inning.
Zawacki flies out to right.
Takes us back to the top of the order for the Merchants.
Now batting for the Merchants, the center fielder,
and that's going to bring up Ryan Freitag. Freitag walked his first time up and then struck out his second time up. So he's 0 for 1 today. And a foul ball off the face of the roof over the grandstand and then bounced right back down onto the field. There's the pitch, swing and a miss for strike two. Alverson coming with that fastball a little more often now. Here's the windup and the pitch. Chopper down to first base. Picked up by Pogo. He steps on first for the put out.
Free tag. Grounds out to the first baseman for out number 2.
That brings up Jesse Brockman.
Shortstop, number 15.
Brockman has been a thorn in the side.
Jesse Brockman.
And that's not a rose thorn, let me tell you, because he's 2 for 2 with a single to right and a single to center. Watch, this time he'll single to left, right?
Trifecta.
Here's the wind and the pitch. Outside. Ball one. Here's the wind and the pitch. A little bit low, ball two. Alverson checks the sign, he winds. And the pitch is a called strike over the outside corner. 2 balls and 1 strike. There's a pitch. Fly ball out into right field, coming over Stang, but it's going to fall in. 3 for 3 day for Brockman.
Bringing up designated hitter, number 28, Nolan.
That brings up Nolan Matson. Flew to right and then grounded into a fielder's choice to end the inning. Oh, no, it didn't end the inning. He grounded into a fielder's choice the second time up, so he's 0 for 2. 2 down. Brockman on first. And the first pitch is just outside for a ball. Alverson pitches, throw down to first, and Brockman gets back. The pitch was a ball. Check it was a strike. He called that a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. There's the pitch. Laced into left field for a base hit. Rounding second, but not going beyond there is Brockman. So it's a single to left by Matson.
Bringing up the left fielder, number 4.
That brings up Tanner Marsh. Marsh walked and then struck out looking. His first 2 plate appearances. Here's the pitch. Just outside for a ball.
Good grab by Timon.
Keep the runners where they are. Matson takes a big lead at first. No, they're not doing anything to hold him there. Brockman with a pretty good lead at second as well. 2 balls, no strikes now to Marsh. Alverson at the belt. 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Took a little something off that one. And Marsh was way out in front of it. Alverson with the 2-1 pitch. Pop up to left field. Nemninster makes the catch for the 3rd out.
Marsh flies out to left.
And the Merchants get nothing again. No runs.
The Merchants
2 hits.
No runs.
No errors.
2 hits leave 2 men stranded. After 5 complete, the score
and 2
is
are left on base. So we've completed 5 innings. The Cavaliers 5 and the Merchants nothing. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN TV.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
And we're back here at John Soini Field. Cavaliers have a 5-0 lead as we head into the 6th inning. Due up for the Cavaliers are Anthony Pogozinski, Jackson Vance, and Xavier Bemminster. Sorry, Xavier. I think I'm batting about 500 on his name
batting
tonight.
for the Cavaliers, number 11, Anthony Pogozinski.
So Pogo steps to the plate. 1 for 2 tonight. He singled to right his last time up. There's the pitch, swung on a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cavs are in the dark blue, and a little bit lighter blue are the Merchants, which is outside. Ball 2. Otherwise, the uniforms are very similar. Klaus with the wind and the deal, and it's low. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Pogo. And the pitch. Pulled foul down the right field line. Back off into the area where the people are sitting in their lawn chairs down there. Just beyond the Cavalier bullpen. A little bit of action starting to happen down in the Cavalier bullpen. They weren't sure how many innings they were going to get out of Halverson tonight. Here's a grounder foul down that right field line again. Halverson is coming off a little bit of tendonitis that he's been rehabbing. He went 4 back when they played Sparta. He's gone 5 tonight. Here's a ground ball to first base, picked up and flipped to Klaus for the putout. Joe Zawacki picked it up and then flipped it over to Klaus for the putout. So Pogo goes down 3-1 covering, and that brings up Jackson Vance. And he doesn't have an official at bat tonight. He's walked his 2 plate appearances. And the first pitch is all the way back to the backstop for ball 1. And I can't see down in the Merchants bullpen, so I can't tell if anybody's doing anything down there. Pitch is chopped foul back behind the plate. Evens the count up at 1-1. Klaus at the belt. He winds, he fires. Swing and a miss for strike 2. And here's the pitch. It's low. Count evens up at 2-2. There's a line shot. Foul. Back over into those fans again on their lawn chairs. Faust looks in for the sign. Winds the 2-2 pitch. Grounded over to Zawicki at second. Zawacki throws it over to Joe Zawacki at first for the putout. For the second out of the inning.
Left fielder number
That's going to bring up Xavier Bemninster. And Bemninster grounded to short and then grounded into a fielder's choice. So he's 0 for 2. And the first pitch gets away from Winkus. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 out. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Cavs on top, 5-0. Here's the wind. 1-0 pitch. That's a called strike. Hey, what, Dan? I even saw that one as a strike. Here's the pitch. That one's in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike. Here's the wind and the pitch. Fly ball out into left field. That's going to fall in for a base hit. Bemninster turns the corner. He's pushing it for second. Here comes the throw in. It's not going to be in time, and Bemninster checks in with a double.
Bemninster double to left, bring up the second baseman, number 6, Cole Lackman.
That's going to bring up Cole Lackman. Bemninster on second, so Cavs have a runner in scoring position. Lackman is 0 for 2, grounded into a fielder's choice, and grounded second to first. Faust at the belt. Here's the pitch. It's low for ball 1. His delivery's a little different out of the stretch, isn't it?
It's changed.
Faust at the belt. Here's the pitch. Fly ball out into center field. Players are converging. Coming in is Freitag. He makes the catch for the 3rd out of the inning. So for the Cavaliers, no runs on 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 man left on base. So we've got 5.5 in the book. It's Cavaliers 5 and the Merchants nothing. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN TV.
You're tuned to the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN TV. We use advertising revenue to make this service available to you. If you have a business and would like to get your message out to our ever-increasing audience, give us a call at 715-563-1749. We'll be happy to discuss our budget-friendly advertising packages with you. Get your business noticed on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN TV by calling 715-563-1749.
And we're back here at John Soini Field in Osseo. Thank you, Cassie, for digging out the water bottles. Cassie doing double duty. It is a beautiful night here, and with the sun now down or getting lower, really turned into a comfortable evening. Alverson back out to throw the 6th inning. And due up for the Merchants is Jackson Koska, Jim Zawacki, and Todd Winkus. Koska doubled his last time up to center field. Alverson moving.
Now batting for the Merchants, number 8, Jackson Koska.
Moving Zach Stang over a little bit towards center field from his right field spot. Here's the pitch. Fly ball right out to Stang. Well, it's not that deep. It just went as far as Leckman at second base. It was right in Stang's direction.
Koska pops out to second, bringing up number 11, Jimmy Zawacki.
So he pops out to second, and that brings up Jimmy Zawacki. Zawacki flew out to center field and struck out. Hand's getting violent over here. I think it's with a gnat, but I'm not sure. Oh, Cassie's playing games, huh? Here's a chopper over to third. Picked up by Kapanke. Throw over to first, and it's high. Going to be an error on Cooper Kapanke on that one. So that'll put Zawacki on first. Bring up Todd Winkus.
Zawacki reaches on the error, bringing up the catcher, number 9, Todd Winkus.
I think Cooper Kapanke forgot that Pogo isn't quite as tall as he is, and Pogo tried to get all the help he could from his pogo stick, but it didn't get him up high enough. So Winkus takes the first pitch for a called strike. Halverson checks the runner, and the pitch. Fly ball out into left field. It's hooking foul. That is nothing but a noisy strike. No balls, 2 strikes to Todd Winkus.
Oh, it woke up the firemen down there.
Yeah, they're all set down there for the fireworks display after the game is over. There's the pitch. Line shot into left field for a base hit.
Winkus sails to left center, bringing up third baseman, number 10, Jackson
That
Johnson.
moves Zawacki over to second. Winkus is on first. And Jackson Johnson, who has struck out twice. The third baseman. There's the pitch. Grounder to short. Flip over to second for one. Throw to first. Oh, can't hang on and in to score. Now, I'd be real interested to see how they score that. I do believe Jackson's going to get on a fielder's choice. The run scores on an error. An error by second baseman Cole Leckman.
Now batting for the Merchants, number 12, Joe Zawacki.
So Winkus was out at second. And Zawacki came in to score. And that brings up Joe Zawacki with 2 outs. Swing and a miss, strike 1. And Joe Zawacki popped to Kapanke his first time up and then flew out to right his second time up. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Short pop-up, straight behind second base. Back to catch it is Jackson Vance. So he pops to short,
the Merchants come up
and
with
that'll end the 6th inning. So after 6, it's Cavaliers 5 and the Osseo Merchants 1. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Lights Broadcasting Network and NLWN TV.
What to expect when you're expecting
Like here.
a teenager.
Today, I'm going to show you how to teen-proof your home. First step, hide the car keys, preferably somewhere they would never look. Challenges will come up. Be ready for them. Hi, honey.
Ready for the... Mom, you don't use mannequins in the mannequin challenge.
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
And we're back here at John Soini Field as we head to the 7th inning. I'm not sure if it's during the 7th inning stretch or at the end of the 7th inning. They've got a ceremony where they're going to be commemorating a member of the Merchants organization that passed away recently. And so we'll take some time to cover that as well. I do believe we have a new rump on the bump. I'm stealing that line from whoever was using it before, but I kind of like that line. I think I'm looking for it. It's hard to read the number off the front of the shirt. Maybe if Cassie can zoom in on that pitcher that's warming up and get the number off the front of the shirt. That could be Aaron Hagberg. Yes, that's it. Number 6, Aaron Hagberg is now on the mound. So, Klaus goes 6 innings.
Now in the pitch,
he went
the
6
Merchants,
innings
number 6,
and gave up 5 runs.
For the Cavaliers, the right fielder, number 10,
hits.
Zach Stang.
Not sure how many all were earned. And I'm pretty sure they all were not earned, but some of them were. Anyway, top of the order for the Cavs, Zach Stang. And the pitch, swung on a miss for strike 1. Aaron Hagberg on the mound. Hagberg looks in for the sign. Oh, he didn't swing it. I guess he was getting out of the way. There were people walking in front of us at the time. It looked like a swing. That pitch is high for a ball. Hagberg has a 0.00 ERA. He's made a couple of appearances. That pitch is inside for a ball. He's given up 1 hit, walked 3, struck out 4. He's pitched 3 1/3 innings. And that pitch is up high, so it's a 4-pitch walk to Zach Stang. That'll bring up Gabe O'Brien. O'Brien is 0 for 3 tonight.
Gabe O'Brien.
Grounded to third, flew out to left, and flew to center. Stang is due to put one of those outfield shots on the ground. Hagberg in the stretch, and the pitch is high. Although at this point, Dan, I think if I were a Cavalier, he's throwing 5 straight balls. I think I don't swing the bat until I see him throw a strike.
Yeah, it'll take a little bit for him to settle in.
Stang at the belt. This pitch is in the dirt. Down to second goes Stang, and he's safe. Very close play at second. The Merchants thought they had him.
Yeah, I thought he started to slide a little bit early.
Brockman was over to cover the base, and he raised the ball up like he got him. But the umpire said, nope, Stang got in under it. O'Brien at the plate, hits a high pop fly to center field. Freitag makes the catch. Stang bluffs the move. Doesn't go. So we have a fly out to center field. Brings up Cooper Kapanke. Kapanke singled his last time up to center field.
Third baseman, number 7, Cooper Kapanke.
Hey, Rick.
Yeah.
I see one of your old teachers down there.
What are you talking about?
Wayne Casca. Remember him from Bruce High School?
I do remember Wayne. Where do you see him?
Maybe you can't see him behind the pole. He's got a tan shirt on, scratching his head right now.
Oh, there he is. There's Wayne. And the throw back to second, and back in safely is Stang. Wayne was actually no longer teaching at Bruce when I got there. We sure knew the Koska family there. His kids were big-time wrestlers there, and then they moved down to this area.
Yeah.
Pitch is in the dirt. Ball 2.
Milk cows for quite a while.
Right.
Had the Castle Rock Dairy Farm over here.
I used to like getting milk from the Castle Rock Dairy Farm. It came to our local grocery store. Oh, high fly ball to left field. Coming over underneath it is Marsh. Circles and makes the catch for out number 2.
Kapanke flies out to left, bringing up.
That brings up Tanner Halverson.
Tanner Halverson.
Halverson hit that 2-run blast back in the 5th inning to give the Cavs that 5 to. At that time it was 5-0 lead. Egbert into the stretch. And the pitch. Ground ball to second base. Zawacki boots it. Coming around third into score is Zach Stang. As Halverson gets on via the error. Stang comes in to score. And the score is 6-1 Cavaliers.
Halverson reaches on an error, bringing in Stang and bringing up the catcher, number 19, Cole Timon.
And we're going to get a pinch runner out there on first base. Paul Petit is going to run. For Halverson. Hagberg looks in for the sign. And the pitch is outside for ball 1. Yes, in fact, as I was mentioning earlier in the game, that student that I had as a 4th grader was Wayne's son, Ryan.
Okay.
One of his sons. Throw it on to second. It's not in time as Paul Petit checks in there. As Timon had to duck out of the way on the pitch. So it's 1 ball, no strikes. Hagberg delivers. It's at the letters for a strike. And the pitch, swing and a miss. Evens up the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner at second, 2 outs. Paul Petit is the runner at second. Hagberg in the stretch. Here's the pitch. Fouled off on the right side. Back over toward where all the kids are playing over there. Hopefully somebody told him to duck.
Not anywhere near the Ford edge. That's a good sign.
Or the Chevy Equinox.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
There's the pitch. It's outside. Throw it on to second. This time they got him. This time they got Petit put out at second. So for the Cavaliers, they do get 1 run on no hits. There was 1 error, and nobody left on base.
Where Vice President
We played 5 or 6.5 innings, and we're going to take a bit of a timeout right here. We'll focus down on the field for a presentation that they're going to make.
Testing 1, 2.
Yeah, we'll turn it over to the public address system.
If you could have your attention, we'd like to have a dedication at this time. In March of this year, the Gunderson family, the Osseo Merchants Baseball, and the Osseo community lost a very important member. I would say in my 50-plus years of being part of this community, I can think of no one that has had any more influence on our community than Bob Gunderson. I'd like to call your attention to a few places in the community where he left his fingerprints that many of you may not realize he was directly involved. First of all, he was a member of numerous organizations in town: the Optimists, the Lions, Lake Martha Days, the Legion, Fire Department, where he served as fire chief for a number of years, our Osseo Softball Association, our Junior Baseball and Softball Association, and of course the Osseo Merchants here. He served as president of all three of those ball clubs for many years. Some of the projects that he was directly involved with, many of these he helped design and build, and these are the things I'm talking about when I talk about his fingerprints being around town. The tennis courts that were over by the golf course that are now a volleyball court, he was involved in building that. The basketball courts that are up by the football field, Stoddard Park softball, the Osseo Junior Baseball and Softball fields, the Merchant Field here. He was directly involved with all of those and helped build and probably the main architect of most. In addition to that, being the owner of Osseo A's Hardware, he was often called upon by the community to do major projects such as additions to the school, constructions of churches, other businesses, and many of the business contractors asking for his advice and help. And I speculate that many of you sitting here dealt with Bob Gunderson in building, remodeling, or redoing some things in your home, seeking his advice in many ways. He was always there to answer your questions and to lend you a hand in any way that he could. Bob was the true architect of what you see here. He led the way in finding a place to build his field, in securing the location and buying the land, and designing the building and field, and just helping line up the people that we needed to help us get the field laid out and things like the concession stand and so on. He was directly involved either in laying that out himself or finding people that knew the ins and outs of that. He provided much labor, equipment, materials, and expertise to help build this. And the one thing that I recall, having worked side by side with Bob on many of these projects, is he instilled in us an attitude: if you're going to do it right. And I think if you look at this facility, this is over 20 years of playing on it, and it's still one of the better facilities in the entire area, and it's because of that attitude of doing it and doing it right that Bob instilled in us. So tonight, the Osseo Merchants would like to make a dedication to Bob's memory. Using memorial monies that were given by the Gunderson family, a set of 4 chairs has been anchored down over on the side of the concession stand with a little plaque above it. That happened to be Bob's favorite place to sit when he came to ball games. He'd have been here a year ago tonight, and there was a game. I'm sure he'd have been sitting right there as our #1 fan. The plaque that has been installed reads, Bob's Spot. These seats are dedicated to the memory of Robert Bob Gunderson, a founder and long-time president of Osseo Merchant Baseball. As you leave here tonight or in the future, I'd invite you to take a look at that spot and also be aware of some of these other things that I mentioned around the community that bear Bob's fingerprints. He has been very vital and providing many of the facilities that we are blessed to have in this town. So with that, we say thank you to Bob and to his family for everything that he's done for us. Thank you.
Very nice commemoration for Bob Gunderson. And a little fireworks goes off. And we're going to take a bit of a 7th inning stretch here as we're getting ready for the bottom of the 7th. So we'll take a timeout. 6.5 in, Cavaliers 6, Merchants 1. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN TV.
Tune into NLWN TV on Monday, July 12th as we bring you another exciting equestrian event. AWSCA sanctioned game show hosted by Plainview Elgin Riders at Westwind Acres in Rochester, Minnesota. This event was recorded on July 10th. NWLN TV is your home for equestrian events in Wisconsin and Minnesota.
And we're back here at John Soini Field, getting ready for the bottom of the 7th inning. Tanner Halverson still on the mound, which seems appropriate. Dan was saying, go the distance. And we're right next to a cornfield, so it sounds like it came right out of Field of Dreams. This isn't Iowa. And Ann turns to me and says, yes, but it's still heaven. So, stepping up at the bottom of the 7th inning, we have the top of the order, Ryan Freitag. And then Jesse Brockman is due up, and then Nolan Matson. Freitag, Brockman, and Matson.
Now
Freitag is 0 for 2.
Freitag.
He grounded to first, struck out, and he walked in his first appearance. Here's the first pitch to Freitag, and it's called a strike over the outside corner. And a high pop-up on the left side, coming over to make the catch, and can't quite, I think he didn't know quite where the fence was that time with Halverson. So, no balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch is outside. One ball, 2 strikes. Halverson into his motion and the pitch. High pop up over to second base. Leckman coming in. Slips and falls on the grass. A little bit of dew on the grass evidently because Leckman lost his footing and the ball fell harmlessly to the ground. And I think they're going to charge Leckman with an error on that.
Been there before.
Now batting for the Merchants, the shortstop.
No, they gave him a hit.
Jesse Brockman.
They gave Freitag an infield hit. That's hometown scoring, I think. So Brockman, who's 3 for 3. Here's the first pitch. Called strike right down the middle. That's the 7th hit for the Merchants tonight. That pitch is just a little bit low. There's the pitch. That was a called strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes, runner on first with nobody out. Halverson at the belt. And the pitch, swing and a miss for strike 3. Hey, he's human. Brockman goes down on strikes.
Brockman goes down on strikes.
Nolan Matson comes up. Matson is 1 for 3. Single to left. Grounded into a fielder's choice and flew out to right. Here's the first pitch. Called strike over the outside corner. And a fly ball out into left center field. And that one's going to fall in for a base hit. Ball gets picked up. And back into the infield. Freitag had to wait and see if it was going to get caught, so he couldn't be on third. He's on second right now, and Matson gets a single to center field. That brings up Tanner Marsh. Runners at first and second with 1 out. Swing and a miss. Again, that high fastball. Marsh is 0 for 2. Walked, went down looking, and flew out to the left. Pitch was outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Alverson into his motion. Pitch is high.
Yeah, I can't tell. Is there any action in the Cavaliers bullpen?
There's some people standing down around that way, but I don't see anybody doing any throwing or anything.
Okay.
Here's the pitch. High pop up. Pogo makes the catch. So Matson pops to first.
Marsh pops out to first.
That brings up Jackson Koska. Koska is 1 for 3, and the one that he has was a double. He doubled to center field. The other 2 times he's popped to second. Here's the first pitch. It's high and away. Ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. Just missed. Two balls, no strikes. Here's the pitch. Chopper down to first base. Pogo picks it up, steps on the bag, and that's the 3rd out of the inning. So for the Merchants, they got no runs on 2 hits, no errors, 2 men left on base. We've completed 7 innings. It's the Cavaliers 6 and the Merchants 1. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN TV.
Let NLWN TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network take you out to the ball game. Our next game will be on July 7th when the Cavaliers take on the Osseo Merchants from Carson Park. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN TV begins with the In the Dugout show at 6:40 p.m. That's live Cavalier baseball on Wednesday, July 7th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN TV.
And we're back here at John Soini Field in Osseo. You know, I sure do like the home cooking at Carson Park, but if I had a second place to go watch a ball game, this might be it.
Yeah, we've got to go to a couple of parks now. I was trying to think. We've been to Jim Falls, Bloomer, now Osseo.
And we'll be down in Whitehall a little bit later this season. Hey, fans, don't forget this weekend, we have the CRBL All-Star game coming up. We aren't carrying it, but you might want to head up to Bloomer at Stuckert Field on Saturday.
The catcher, number 19, Cole. Timon.
Cole Timon leading things off for the Cavs. He was up to bat when Petit got caught off the bag at second base. So Timon starts with a fresh count to start the 8th inning. First pitch is a swing and chop ball back to the screen. There's the pitch. It's high for a ball. Aaron Hagberg on the mound in relief. This is the second inning of relief. There's the pitch. That's a called strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Timon. I think this is just about where he was when Petit got caught off the bag, so he's just back where he started from. Hagberg steps off the rubber. Timon readies himself. Hagberg working from the stretch. High pop foul, out of play on the right side. Just beyond the Cavalier bullpen. By the way, really doesn't have anybody working in it. A couple guys are standing down there. Here's the pitch. Line shot out into right or left center field for a base hit for Cole Timon. So Timon is 2 for 4 today. That brings up Anthony Pogozinski.
11, Anthony Pogozinski.
Pogo is 1 for 3. He singled to right, but he also grounded to first and flew out to center field. Hagberg takes a glance over at first. And the pitch. Pogo tries to lay down the bunt down the first baseline, but it goes foul. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Pogo bunts again, and it fouls it back over the backstop down into the crowd, not far from the concession. In fact, right by Bob Gunderson's seats. It's about where that landed, is right where his seats are. So, no balls, 2 strikes to Pogo. Timon at first. There's the pitch. That was inside for a ball. You know, I was wondering, we haven't had a hit by pitch yet, but Tyler Herman's not in the game, so that's probably why.
Right.
Pogo lines it to the second baseman, and oh, they almost had Timon doubled off a first.
Yeah, I was wondering why I was holding it.
Pogozinski lines to second, bringing up.
That brings up Jackson Vance.
Jackson Vance.
Vance is 0 for 1 with a ground to second. He's also walked twice, scored a run. Vance steps in. 1 out, 1 on. Here's the pitch. Vance grounds it out to short, to second. Throw to first base, gets out of the way, and coming into second is Vance, and he's safe. So Vance is going to get credit for a fielder's choice and an error. So Jackson Vance checks in at second base. And that's going to bring up Xavier Bemninster.
Number 3, Xavier
Bemninster doubled to left field his last time up. Hagberg into the stretch. Here's the pitch. Inside, ball one. Hagberg takes a peek at second. And the 1-0 pitch. Inside, ball two. And the 2-0 pitch. Swung on a miss. I think it was foul tip back into the glove of Winkus. So 2 balls, 1 strike. And the pitch. Called strike over the inside corner. Evens the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. We have 2 out and a runner on second. Xavier Bemninster. There's the pitch. Foul back on the right side. Hagberg looking over at second. And the pitch is in the dirt. Count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on second. That's in the person of Jackson Vance. Here's the payoff pitch. It's outside for ball 4. So Xavier Bemninster takes the free pass. So we have runners at first and second. Cole Leckvin.
Second baseman, number 6, Cole
Leckvin came into the game batting .325, but today he's 0 for 3. Rounded to second, hit into a fielder's choice, and flew out to center field. So he's due to do something about that. That pitch is a little bit high. And here's the pitch. Called a strike. Right at the letters. 1 ball and 1 strike. Cole Leckvin. And here's the pitch. Called strike over the inside corner. Hagberg makes his motion. And it's low and outside. Counts even. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Full count to Lekvin. Here's the payoff pitch. And it's low for ball 4. The bases are loaded.
That'll bring out the manager for the Merchants.
And it's also going to take us to the top of the order.
Number 10, Zach Stain.
And let's see if he's going to make a change here. Yes, they're going to make a change. We'll see who that is when we come back from this timeout. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball. We're in the top of the 8th with the Cavaliers on top, 6-1. And you're tuned to the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN TV.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie, nailed it. We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's put a ride home.
Well, now in on the mound for the Osseo Merchants is Tanner Marsh. And I think that probably means that Nolan Matson is probably going into left field. I can't see out there. I can't see his number, but I suspect he's out there in left field. He was a designated hitter for the pitcher, and since they're bringing in Tanner Marsh to pitch, I think they have to put Marsh out there. So, Cavaliers have the bases loaded, 2 outs in the top of the 8th inning with a 6-1 lead over the Osseo Merchants.
Now in the pitch for the Merchants, number 4, Tanner Marsh. And batting for the Cavs, number 10, Zach.
So Zach Stang is up to bat. He's actually 0 for 3 today. Struck out, got on an error, lined to the right fielder, and then walked and scored his last time up. And Marsh's first pitch. Chopped back to the mound. Marsh has it. Flips over to first for the 3rd out of the inning. So for the Cavaliers, they made some noise, but no runs on 1 hit. And they leave 3. And so we've completed 8.5, or check that, 7.5. Trying to get ahead of myself here. Completed 7.5, and it's Cavaliers 6 and the Merchants 1. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN TV.
If
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
And we're back here at John Soini Field. Just a few miles down the road from Eau Claire in Osseo. And the Cavs have a new pitcher now. I believe we've got Paul Petit on the mound. I was not expecting to see him pitch today. But Paul Petit coming in relief.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Petit went the distance on Sunday, throwing a shutout. And now he's going to try and come in and clean this one up.
Now in the pitch for the Cavaliers, number 4.
It's not a save situation.
And batting for the Merchants, second baseman, number 11, Jimmy Zawacki.
Petit's first pitch to Zawacki is low and inside for ball 1. Jimmy Zawacki struck out, flew out to center, and got on an error by Kapanke. Inside for a ball. Zawacki spins out of the way. In fact, that error by Kapanke put Zawacki on base, and he has scored the only Merchants run. That pitch is a called strike. Petit in the windup, and here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. That's kind of when Petit figures, if all else fails, just bring the heat.
That's kind of his MO.
Protect those fireworks out there because he's going to be bringing some heat. You never know what could ignite. Here comes another fastball, and they called it a strike. Timon dropped the strike, but Timon picked it up and threw it to first. It was a strike looking. So Zawacki goes down looking. And that brings up Todd Winkus. Winkus is 1 for 3. Single to left his last time up. And the first pitch is a called strike over the inside corner.
Paul definitely brings the heat.
He likes to do that. He's now found the borders of the umpire's strike zone.
Good.
Like right there. No balls and 2 strikes.
Changed it up a little bit there.
That one's a little bit low to Winkus. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Teed into his windup. And the 1-2 pitch. Swung on a miss, strike 3.
Winkus goes down on strikes, bring it up. Number 10, Jackson Johnson.
And Johnson grounds it to third, and Kapanke can't make the pickup. I believe that's going to be an infield hit.
Johnson comes up with an infield single, bringing up number 12.
And that brings up Joe Zawacki, who's 0 for 3. So the book on Halverson today, he gave them 7 pretty solid innings. He gave up 1 run on 8 hits. Teets pitches just a little low for ball 2. Check that, that's ball 1. There's the pitch. Just a little bit high. That just missed the letters. 2 balls, no strikes. 2-0 pitch. And that's a called strike over the inside corner. And Zawacki didn't like that call.
Yeah, he was backing out of there pretty fast.
And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 8th. Runner on first. Cavs up 6-1 over the Osseo Merchants. There's the pitch. Called strike. And that retires the side. No runs, no one hit, no errors, 1 left on. We've got 8 in the books. We're going to head to the 9th with the Cavaliers leading 6-1. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN TV.
When we adopt a shelter pet, we discover they're a unique mix of all kinds of things.
Come on, Joe, spot on this last one. There it is.
Keep going with it. Leo. They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love.
And with that, we're back at John Soini Field in Osseo, and a little bit of God Bless America. And we're getting ready for the top of the 9th inning for the Cavaliers. A little reminder, we have fireworks coming up after the game. Looks like we're even going to get some ground display things. They have them set up out there along the outfield fence. So we're waiting now. Of course, during that rendition of God Bless America, the Merchants were not on the field, so now they're back out on the field and getting warmed up. Stepping up for the Cavaliers, we go to Gabe O'Brien, and O'Brien is 0 for 4 today. He's flown out to the outfield 3 times and grounded to third once. Marsh into the windup, and the first pitch. Chopped foul off O'Brien's leg. And the windup by Marsh. And the 0-1 pitch is high for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. And it's a called strike. Count goes to 1-2. Here's the wind and the 1-2 pitch. In the dirt, ball 2. Here's the pitch. Chopper right out in front of the plate. And they're saying foul ball. I think it bounced off the ground and up off the bat. So the count remains 2-2. Here's the wind and the 2-2 pitch. In the dirt, ball 3. The windup and the pitch. Outside, ball 4. So O'Brien takes a base on balls.
O'Brien draws a base on balls.
And that brings up Cooper Kapanke. Kapanke is 1 for 4. He singled to center. Sandwiched between a couple of flyouts and a strikeout his first time up. First pitch is low and inside for a ball. And here's the pitch, is in the dirt for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Time called. And they're saying that Marsh committed a balk. And so second base is awarded to Gabe O'Brien. And a stray ball comes rolling down our way. So Kapanke steps back into the box with the 2-0 count. Now we have a runner at second with nobody out. Here's the pitch. Missed low. 3-0. And the pitch. Long fly ball. Left center field. That one's way back. And it's off the fence. O'Brien comes in to score. Kapanke checks in at second with a double.
Cooper got all of that one.
Yeah, he did. That's about as hard as you can hit it without it leaving the yard. That was in the same trajectory as Halverson's home run. Looked very similar. So let's see what Halverson thinks of that. He's coming up now. Well, I suspect that Petit is not going to pitch the 9th inning because He ran for Halverson. Halverson just re-entered, which means Petit can't. That's a swing and a miss by Halverson.
Yeah, we'll see what Ryan Page does here in the night.
My guess would be Ethan Kelberg. That's my guess. They do have someone warming up in the bullpen. It's Carter Hesselman warming up down there. He's throwing all of his starters at him. And the next pitch, outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch. It's high. My guess, and I don't want to ever try to think that I can outguess Ryan Page, but whoever's going to pitch will come in for Gabe O'Brien, and Halverson will go out and play center field.
Okay.
Here's the pitch. Inside. The count goes full. Kapanke on second. 1 run in this inning. That one's in the dirt for ball 4. So Tanner Halverson draws a base on balls.
Halverson draws a base on balls. Bring number 19, Cole.
That's going to bring up Cole Timon. Timon has singled twice today. Once to left and once to center. Marsh looking in for the sign. Timing gets set. Marsh at the set, and the pitch is high for a ball. Again, I think we're in a situation where the Cavaliers are just going to be patient and make sure that he can throw strikes, because he's struggling with that right now.
Tanner Marsh is young. Got to find his game yet.
That pitch is high for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. There are other defensive changes. We got Pogo out there at second right now. Or check that. I got the wrong team in the field. I knew that was going to happen sometime tonight. The uniforms are so similar.
They are.
Here's the pitch. That was high, 3-0. Three balls, no strikes, 2 on, nobody out. Top of the 9th inning. Pitch is inside for ball 4. So the bases are loaded. We've got Kapanke on third, Halverson on second, Timon on first, and Pogo at the plate.
And there's going to be a meeting at the mound.
And let's see if they make a change. And they are. They're making a pitching change. So we'll be back with the information about that right after this timeout. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN TV.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm Jenny Garth, and as a mother of 3, I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. But here in America, that is a real worry for 1 in 5 children. This is unacceptable, and something Feeding America is working to solve. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States, including yours. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're Feeding America.
And we're back here at John Soini Field. Now pitching for the Osseo Merchants is Preston Gamroth. He has a 4.05 ERA. He's throwing 6 2/3 innings. Used primarily in relief. And the first pitch is outside for a ball. This is Pogo at the plate. He's 1 for 4. Hit a sharp line shot to second base his last time up. Swing and a miss. Strike one.
Now in the pitch for the Merchants, number 22, Preston Gamroth.
Gamroth at the belt. Here's the 1-1 pitch. It's outside. The bases are loaded. Cavaliers on top, 7-1. We're in the top of the 9th inning. There's a fly ball to right field. Is it going to stay in the park? It's off the fence. Pogo is going to be held to a long single. Here comes a throw to third, and not in time. So 2 runs come in for the Cavs. That brought in Kapanke and Halverson. Timon is still on third, and Pogo's at first. Pogo couldn't go beyond first because he normally would have been at second, except that he wasn't sure if Timon was going to get to third. That Timon might turn around and head back to second, then they both be hung out to dry. First pitch is called a ball. This is Jackson Vance. Here's the pitch. Ground ball. And foul. Two balls, 1 strike. Scoreboard says 1-1, but the umpire just showed 2-1. That's what I thought. I thought I counted 1 more pitch. There's a line shot over to shortstop. Flip to second for 1. Throw to first in time for the double play. So that's a 6-4-3 double play by Jackson Vance. But the Cavaliers pick up 3 more. Or check that, 4. Oh, wait, that isn't the end of the inning either. That's only the first 2 outs. Yes, 1 run just came in. That's it. See, I thought that was the 3rd out, but Timon came in and scored on that play. So that's the 4th run of the inning. Here's a fly ball out into left field. It's going to fall in for a base hit. That was Bemdinster.
Petit, single to left, bringing up.
I'll check that. That was
Number
Paul
6,
Petit.
Cole Lackman.
That brings up Cole Leckman. Lekvin at the plate, and the pitch is low. And as I look at Lekvin today, he's kind of struggled at the plate today. 0 for 3 with a walk. High pop up into short center field. That could fall in. Could be trouble. And making the catch is the right fielder, Koska, for the third out of the inning. That is the third out of the inning.
In the top of the ninth, Cavaliers come up.
So, Cavs pick up 4 runs on 3 hits, and they leave 1 on base. We've completed 8.5. The Cavs are on top, 10-1 over the Osseo Merchants. And you're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN TV.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made her college years happen. Opening that education savings account when she was little. Spearheading a campus tour. And another, and another, and another, and another. Bam! Deciphering financial aid. She was like, what? But now she's like, you aced planning for college. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org. Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made her college years happen. Opening that education savings account when she was little. Spearheading a campus tour. And another, and another, and another, and another. Bam! Deciphering financial aid. She was like, what? But now she's like, you aced planning for college. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
And we're back here at John Soini Field in Osseo. Rick Olson here along with Dan Petchow and Monroe on the computer.
We got a new pitcher for the Cavaliers.
And Cassie Nelson on the camera. What was that, Dan?
We got a new pitcher on the mound for the Cavaliers, number 27.
Yes, we do. That's Chase Burdell on the mound for the Cavaliers.
For the Merchants, number 3, Ryan Freitag.
So, top of the order for the Merchants in their last gasp here, Ryan Freitag. Burdell's first pitch is a called strike. Chase Burdell brings the heat as well. Yes, I know, I'm a poet. I didn't even know it, but my feet show it. They're Longfellows. And another called strike. Hopefully we get some Ryan Page up here after the game for a little talking baseball. And the pitch is just missed. Ball 1. And the pitch is in the dirt. Ball 2. And the pitch is a fly ball to right field. On his horse heading back, makes a catch. I believe that's Hill staying out there in right field.
Flies out to right, bringing up number 15, Jesse Brockman.
And Jesse Brockman comes up. He truly has been the thorn in the side of the Cavaliers today. He's 3 for 4 with 3 singles. 1 to right, 1 to center, and then another 1 to right. Then he struck out his last time up, proving he was human. And the first pitch is fouled back out of play.
Heading for our car.
We're not parked that far over, are we?
Maybe not. Maybe we're more to the right. Okay, we were all right. Made me think
that one was headed for your Ford, I think. No balls, 2 strikes. Liddell into this motion, and the pitch is high for a ball. Jesse Brockman at the plate with 1 out in the bottom of the 9th. And a soft liner out to second base to Lekvin for 2 outs.
Bringing up the number 28, Nolan Matson.
And the Merchants are down to their last out. That's going to be Nolan Matson. He's 2 for 4. Couple of singles his last 2 times out. And the first pitch to Matson's low. Riddell at the belt, and the pitch is fouled off. This is down the left field line. One ball, 1 strike. Matson steps in. Here's the pitch. It's a little bit high. Well, Dan, it's not over till it's over, but the 0-10 streak is on the verge of ending here. Here's the pitch. Swung on a miss. Strike 2. Count is even. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Do we say anything yet?
Well, I just said it's on the verge.
Okay.
I don't think I jinxed anything. Riddell into his motion. Check swing ball. Count is full to Matson. And the pitch. That one's in the dirt. So Matson draws a base on balls. It's going to bring up Tanner Marsh.
Matson draws a base on balls, bringing up number 4, Tanner Marsh.
Tanner Marsh is 0 for 3. He did walk once, but then he went down looking, flew out to left field, and popped up to the first baseman. So 2 down, runner on first. And the pitch. Called strike right down the middle. Don't forget, we're going to have fireworks for you tonight. And a ground ball to second. This should do it. Toss over to short in time for the putout. And that'll take care of the game. The Cavaliers have snapped that 0-10 streak at the hands of the Osseo Merchants dating back to 2016 and have come away with a 10-1 victory. That moves the Cavaliers to 19-0 on the season, 13-0 in the CRBL. Cavaliers have 10 runs, 9 hits, and 1 error, and the Merchants have 1 run on 9 hits, 3 errors. Winning pitcher was Tanner Halverson. That puts him to 2-0 on this season. Losing pitcher Dakota Klaus, who now goes to 2-1. We'll have some talking baseball in some form or another right after this timeout. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN TV.
Let NLWN TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network take you out to the ball game. Our next game will be on July 7th when the Cavaliers take on the Osseo Merchants from Parson Park. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN TV begins with the In the Dugout show at 6:40 p.m. That's live Cavalier baseball on Wednesday, July 7th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN TV. You've been watching NLWN TV's presentation of Eau Claire Cavalier baseball live on the Northern Light Webcasting Network. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Talkin' Baseball, with a look back at today's game.
Hey!
Okay. If you love me enough to tolerate my perfect little pets and all their glorious dander, then of course you'll visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure I'm in the right car seat.
You're tuned to the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN TV. We use advertising revenue to make this service available to you. If you have a business and would like to get your message out to our ever-increasing audience, give us a call at 715-563-1749. We'll be happy to discuss our budget-friendly advertising packages with you. Get your business noticed on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN TV by calling 715-563-1749. Time now for Talkin' Baseball with a wrap-up of today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. And now, back out to the ballpark.
And we're back here at John Soini Field, and I see Ryan Page heading this way. Cavaliers come away with a big win by the score of 10-1 over the Osseo Merchants. They've kind of delivered a message, and we're going to see what kind of a message Ryan Page has real quickly as he comes up here. And he's going to sneak in underneath our awning and put on the headset. And congratulations, Ryan. That's a big win.
Oh, yeah, that was huge.
10-1. That kind of makes up for an 0-10 losing streak to these guys.
Yeah, it does. It's been about 5 or 6 years since we've beat these guys. So to come out and do what we did tonight was a lot of fun to watch.
At their place.
Yep.
That's pretty sweet. And, you know, it couldn't have been better. I mean, these are the two top teams in the league right now. You're the top in the north, and they're the top in the south. And a head-to-head clash like that. You were saying to me during the Ryan Page show, you kind of expected a pitcher's duel.
Yeah, we did.
And the last time we expected a pitcher's duel, we got a similar type result with a lopsided score, and that's kind of what happened.
Yeah, we were able to hit Dakota Klaus there, and then, you know, I mean, Tanner Halverson hit an absolute bomb, just absolutely crushed it, and so it was good to see the bats come alive today, and we were able to take advantage again of some mistakes that they made.
And that shot by Halverson, that was pretty much a no-doubter.
Yeah.
It was, I mean, we're lucky there weren't any clouds. It would have brought rain, too.
Yeah.
And then Kapanke almost matched the same thing out there, just a couple feet shorter, didn't quite get out of the yard.
Yeah, that he did. He's been starting to swing the bat pretty well for us.
Now, I was kind of surprised at your decision to throw Paul Petit for an inning.
Yeah, before the game he came up to me and he said that he had one inning, maybe two in him. And like I said, I have complete faith in him. And I didn't want to run Tanner any more than what he did on his first start out. So about 115 pitches, 112. So it was time to get him out of there. And I knew I had Chase Bradle for the ninth. So.
And Chase Bradle, similar pitcher to Paul Petit, bringing a lot of heat with it. And
yep. Yeah, and on the left side too. So that was good.
Well, we're going to lose light here any second, so congratulations again, Ryan.
Thank you very much.
Let's do it again next week.
Yeah, we'll be waiting for him.
And so that's going to put a wrap on Talkin' Baseball for tonight. You've been tuned to Cavaliers beat the Osseo Merchants by the score of 10-1, and you've been tuned to Talkin' Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN TV.
You've been watching Talkin' Baseball, a wrap-up of today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. This has been a production of NLWN TV.
And we're back here at John Soini Field getting ready for some fireworks. And we're going to have that for you right here on NLWN TV as the lights go out. And I'm going to leave it to the fireworks to do all the announcing.
Keep your hands to yourself.
And trust me, folks, here we go. Well, that's going to do it for the fireworks display from John Soini Field in Osseo. Rick Olson for Dan Petchow, Ann Monroe, and Cassie Nelson. Wishing you all a very happy 4th of July. Enjoy it safely, but truly enjoy it. And we'll see you with more Cavalier baseball next Wednesday from Carson Park as these same Osseo Merchants come into Eau Claire to take on your Cavaliers. Final score of tonight's game once again, Cavaliers 10, Merchants 1. You've been tuned to Cavalier Baseball Plus on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN TV.